Hi. Oh, okay. Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Fatin Amira binti Muhammad Aswandi. Today, me and my group mate will present about persuasive speech. So we will start with the first presenter, which is Ira Natasha. You may start now.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Ira Natasha binti Kaharudin. My matrix number is 2022953007. So today I will do some speech and my speech title is Say No to LGBT. Why we need to say no to LGBT? Wait a minute, I will explain it later. Because now I will explain first what is LGBT. Uh, have you guys heard before about LGBT? LGBT is short form for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender. What is lesbian? Lesbian is when women only have some feeling of love to another woman. Just like gay, gay are a men who only have feelings for men. In addition, bisexual is when one person have feeling to men and women. And transgender is when women change to be like a man and a man change to be like a woman. That's what we call as LGBT. Okay, next, I will uh, talk about LGBT in Malaysia. Although Malaysia is a world recognized as Islamic country, there are still have LGBT group among the Malaysian. Before this group did not get much attention in Malaysia's society. But, however, this group is become more aggressive in all social media platforms, so that the LGBT group is recognized in Malaysia. For example, in March 2019, there was a large scale assembly of LGBT group in the capital, Kuala Lumpur. The group had marched from the Sogo shopping complex to the surrounding Moscow area. However, the assembly was clearly in violation of the law. Therefore, the police have taken legal action against the organizer who organized the assembly. The organizer was investigated under Section 9/5 Akta Perhimpunan Aman 2012 and Section 41 Akta Hasutan 1948. From that, the police have managed to identify 7 suspects that involved in assembly. Okay, so now I will tell you guys the badness of being LGBT. Why LGBT people not recognized in this country? This is because being LGBT can bring various disadvantages. LGBT is a group or activity that ban or prohibit in all religions. This is because all religions in this world apply good teaching and demand for all their adherents. Apart from prohibition in religious teaching, LGBT activities can cause all sort of dangerous disease. For the example, HIV, AIDS, syphilis, hepatitis B, and hepatitis C. The picture on the slide is for the left one is for syphilis, and the right one if you get hepatitis B or C. Other than that, LGBT group will ban from donate. They are donating blood due to fear of infection in the blood. Therefore, various activities will not be followed by this group. It is clear that being LGBT does not bring any benefit other than harm alone. So, that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, now we will move to the next presenter, which is Nurul Laila Sari. You may start now.
Okay. Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Laila Sari binti Ahmad Dawam and my matrix number is 2022765649. Okay, today I'm here in front of you to talk about how bullying in school is not a culture. When most people think of school, they envision classes, friends, and books. They consider the little difficulties of drama and studying for the big test next week. School is just school to them. It's just something that has become a part of life, for better or worse. Next. Okay, bullying. As you may know, is a subtype of this aggressive behavior. Bullying culture can emerge in any setting in which humans interact with one another. Bullying includes physical violence, verbal harassment, and threats, among other things. Bullying can lead to succeed, positive development, and hormonal change. Ignoring bullies is the best way to deal with them. Okay, next. Bullying has been a widespread practice at school, with senior assaulting junior to demonstrate their powers and privilege as senior. Bullying is typically perpetrated by powerful individuals on weaker members of society. As a result, school is a daily nightmare for victims of bullying. School is full of bullying, misery, and a slew of other difficulties that the average person cannot comprehend. Next. Bullying has an impact on students' ability to learn effectively. Before students to study, they must feel safe and comfortable physically, emotionally, and socially. Bullying by peers both within and outside of the school setting can have a severe impact on students' ability to learn. It also impacts that victims feel even if they advance in their schooling or move their environment. Next. Aside from that, it can be extremely traumatic for the victims. Bullying victims may drop out of school as a result of the trauma they endure while at school. Others may exhibit irresponsible behavior, such as missing lessons on the majority of instances. School inconsistencies among students lead to poor performance. Bullying causes stress in the victims. This leads to inadequate communication with these children. Excessive bullying might lead to victim contemplating suicide in order to escape the terrible experiences and memories. Next. So what should we do to avoid perpetrating bullying as a culture? Okay, next. Bullying prevention in schools. However, this is not a one-man war because it is a global issue. Tackling it requires a collaborative and participatory approach. Teachers, parents, and policymakers can all help to reduce inappropriate behavior in schools. Teachers spend a lot of time with their students and may easily regulate their behavior at school. They must be firm and determined to identify bullies and expel or suspend them from school in order to prevent the spread of such behavior among other students. School administrators should severely punish physically strong students who take advantage of the weak by mistreating them. Bullying should not be tolerated in the school according to the management. Next. Okay. Many students who are bullied feel as if they can't tell an adult. Thus, having a strong anti-bullying policy allows students to feel safe reporting an adult that they are being bullied, rather than suffering with the harassment, which can have long-term consequences on their behavior. Having an effective and simple reporting system is an important component of anti-bullying policy because it allows students to report events in ways that are anonymous and simple, making them feel more comfortable. Okay, next. So in the end, we must all work together to address this issue in order to minimize the incident of bullying. This helps to reduce the likelihood of mental health difficulties among bullied students. I strongly encourage you all to be aware of and watch out for bullies. Reporting an incident may result in an end to the harassment. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, now we will move to the third presenter, which is Edina Maisara. You may start now.
Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Idina Masara binti Sharul Azrin. My metric number is 2022748219. Okay, there's a great demand for students to have internship experience before graduating. Depending on your major, it is a requirement to have at least one internship in order to graduate from the degree program. So before that, I'll explain what is internship. Internship is a professional learning experience offered by organizations to help train and provide meaningful practical work related to a student's field of study for a limited period of time. The purpose of an internship, or rather an apprenticeship, was to gain new skills, to be able to obtain future work, and it is important for students to have experience to get hands-on knowledge in their career field. So I'm going to talk about why unpaid internship is not a good choice. Approximately 66% of students who complete paid internships secure job offers after graduation, compared to only 43.7% of those who work unpaid internships. Many paid interns also expect to make more money than those that are unpaid. Okay, I will take myself as an example. As a sports science major, I had to get an internship and report to my advisor what I learned from the experience. I tried so hard to find a paid internship, but there was none pertaining to my major, so I was forced to take an unpaid one. So I did my internship at physiotherapy center located in Senawang, even though I live in Selangor, which is quite far to commute every day. Based on my experience, I have to say that unpaid internships puts additional financial strain on me, since I'm not earning anything to put towards the cost of living and have to support myself financially. Especially students that have to do internships located far from their home, that leave them no choice other than to rent a house to make it easier for them to commute from their internship place every day. These interns are often needing to pay for rent, food, travel, and general living at a minimum. So even they do not need to pay anything to do in the internship, they will still end up out of pocket. Despite the substantial cost, young people are still applying in the hope of getting their foot in the door. As for me, I used to intern at Senawang Physiotherapy Center 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, which is from Monday to Saturday, without being paid. So can you guys imagine on how I survived in that 3 months at Senawang? I don't think it's just me who hates to troublesome our own parents asking for their money every week to survive. I have to be independent on my own. Who wants to pay for my car fuel? Who wants to pay for my food? So I have to work part-time every night except Monday at a restaurant which provides a daily wage. And of course, it adversely affects me for not getting enough rest every day. I was mentally and physically exhausted. This is why interns should be paid for their work, because not all students come from a wealthy family. It will be a financial hurdle for them during their internship. Next. Okay. The second point is fewer working rights. If you take on an unpaid internship, you won't have the same rights as the actual employees. This can result in being overworked, discriminated against, and even harassed. Because you are not a true employee, you will have no legal recourse if you find yourself in a bad situation. There are some unpaid internships that require you to file, get coffee, and do other tasks that have nothing to do with your chosen field. While you can say that you intern at the company of your choice, you might not learn much. If you are in a paid internship, the company won't won't want to waste their money paying you to do menial jobs. Next. The third one is didn't take the interns will not take the internship seriously. Unpaid interns feel less motivation to work hard and more likely don't want to show up on time. Since unpaid internships will put some interns to do a part-time job, they will have a little sleep and most likely late to work. Plus, unpaid interns feel like they just do grunt work every day. Things might get even worse when the company you work with cut costs as much as possible by not hiring regular employees and relying solely on unpaid interns who end up being in charge of all the unwanted bureaucratic tedious stuff. In my opinion, such situations not only generate a poisonous working environment where interns end up frustrated and discouraged because of their lack of actual learning accelerate, but they critically compromise the quality of the work done at the company and eventually its productivity, revenue, and corporate image. With some internships paying around 400 and 800 to 800 a month, interns are more motivated to treat a paid internships opportunity like the real job that it is. A paid internship also gives company leadership more flexibility in assigning projects and provides interns with ownership over their work and motivation to take risks. In conclusion, it was important for interns to be paid for their work because knowledge and experience are priceless, but rent and food aren't. Plus, being paid gives intern motivation to do a better job and are more eager to learn something new every day. We need to continue to advise companies that they should be paying interns and graduates regardless of the role they have been hired for. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay. Hi and Assalamualaikum to my fellow friends. Today I would like to give a speech regarding books. As you can see from the title on the slide, are paper books better than ebooks? Okay. So as I have noticed that nowadays reading has become a mainstream, especially for youngsters. We can see more books recommendation that was given to various platforms such as TikTok or Instagram. Before this, when one thought about reading a book, the first thing that would come to their mind would be the conventional method of having an actual book in their hand. However, we can see that things have developed given the advanced technology that we have today, where people can also read on their electronic devices such as smartphones and tablets. And it is only right that we have this discussion whether paper books or ebooks are better. Some people might have different opinions because reading is considered to be a leisure activity. Thus, it is their own choice about what kind of method they want to use. Personally, I think both methods have their own pros and cons, and most people might find it difficult to choose between both of them. Some would prefer physical books since they are able to give readers a strong feeling of reading a book when they are holding a hard copy of a book. Meanwhile, some would think that hard copy is troublesome and that is why they opt for a compact version, which is their electronic devices. Next slide. Okay. One of the points that overpower the pros of paper books would be the fact that they are easy to be used, mainly because the ease of carrying many books with you. When you are going for traveling or vacation, carrying too many books with you might not seem like a feasible idea, and due to those, readers prefer to exchange to ebooks since a single device could carry a variety of books. Apart from that, several people find printed books better since they are eye-friendly. This is in contrast to ebooks, which require readers to constantly stare into bright screens for a certain period of time that could lead to tearing of eyes due to the strain. Plus, ebooks require the reader to have a specialized digital battery or electricity powered device in order to access their reading material. If one cannot access a source of power, their reading time might be limited since their tablets or smartphones has run out of battery. Next. Okay. In conclusion, reading is a very personal choice of activity, and the method of reading is also one's own choice that cannot be influenced by any external factors or other people around you. If you have some reading material, whether it's in a hard or soft copy, it actually doesn't matter as long as you read, because reading will help to improve your vocabulary and gives you excessive knowledge or lessons of life so you could understand the world around you better. That's all from me. Thank you.